Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on PrizePicks. We got plays for the Dolphins-Jets game as well as the Broncos-Bengals game. It's a Monday Night Football doubleheader. We're going to get into all that, but first off, I want to say I would really appreciate it if you guys drop a like on this video. It helps me out a lot. Literally takes 2 seconds, completely free. So go ahead and do that. And now let's move into the video. Before we get into any picks, I'm not going to mess around and talk to you guys that much about things before we get into the picks. But what I want to say is every single one of you guys should be joining the free group. I'm not trying to sell any VIP. Of course, I got VIP plans, but I'm not trying to push those on you guys yet. All I'm trying to say is get on the free plan because basically I'm giving you guys free picks. And this website called Winnable is very good. It helps me just text you guys the free picks if you want to be text notified, or it just shows up on the website. This is the first link in the description. And of course, these are the best picks on the market. I'm going to get into exactly why I believe that. And I truly do believe that. So free plan, completely free to join. Hit the link in the description, get on there. And now let's get into the recap from the last couple of days. So we actually had a very solid Sunday. Honestly, it could have been a little bit better. Overall, the last few days, we've been just kind of doing all right. I mean, we've definitely had better stretches than this. But what I'm trying to say is even in stretches that aren't even that great, we're still coming out with a profitable record of 11-7. So could be worse. Obviously, could be better. I do hold myself to higher standards than this, but I really do like these 3 picks. I got 3 picks and 1 sportsbook play in this video. So we got 3 player props, 1 sportsbook play. We're going to get into all that right now. So first up, I'm not going to lock this in on PrizePicks, but I'm just going to click around if I need to. I'm going to show you guys this tool that I've been using, Props Madness. This is where I found these plays. And it just really helps me explain exactly what I'm talking about and why I love every single one of these plays. So first up, it's Breece Hall, right? His line, if you guys can see that, it's sitting at 23.5 for receiving yards, right? So if we look at Breece Hall's receiving yards line on PrizePicks, it's the exact same, 23.5. Now, a casual bettor might look at this and go, well, I mean, he's hitting 2 of the last 5. I know the season started here, so he's hitting 2 of the last 3 this season, so I'm not really sure what to make of that, right? But what we've done here is I'm looking way deeper than that, and we just need to see how, first of all, this Miami defense is the worst defense in the league, right? They've given up 30 points per game in every single game. They're the first team to do that since the Falcons, I think, over 10 years ago. It is very rare to give up 30 points again, and again, 3 straight games to open the season. And that's exactly what Miami has done. It's not a good stat. You don't want to be on that side of a statistic. So let's just go ahead and check out how this Miami team has been doing, right? So receiving yards, we're looking at Breece Hall and the opponent's rank per target zone, right? How has Breece Hall done against other teams like this? He's played against the Steelers defense, who is, if you guys can see down there, the 2nd hardest defense in this specific stat. The Bills, who are the 13th hardest defense in this stat. And then the Bucks, who are the 8th hardest defense in this stat. So he's played against really tough defenses. But now you look at this, Miami is the 28th hardest defense in this stat. So absolutely atrocious. And if we look at how is Breece Hall, well, this is an obvious graph, right? But let's go and zoom in here. Where is Breece Hall catching most of his passes? Of course, he's not going to be in the slot or in the backfield, but he's catching a bunch in the backfield right here. He's not going to be wide or slot. That's not a very helpful stat, but this is the most helpful. We look at the opposing defense. Where are the Dolphins giving up a lot of their receiving yards? And it's actually not to slot receivers, right? It's not to players like Jalen Waddle. It's a little bit to the wide receivers, right? Maybe you might see like a Tyreek Hill, Malik Washington do all right. A lot in the middle of the field, which is where running backs eat, and a lot in the backfield. 28th of 32. They're the 28th best, well, I guess, yeah, so like the 5th worst defense to defending against receiving yards threats out of the backfield, right? And if we look at the, they're the 28th worst. He's also played the 8th worst, hit the over, played the 13th worst, hit the under, and then played the 2nd hardest defense. The 2nd hardest defense in this exact thing, and he hit the over against the Steelers, right? So I absolutely love this play for Breece Hall. Take him on the over on receiving yards. Right now, the line is set at 23.5. I like the more than right there. And by the way, we track every single one of these plays. So if you guys go ahead and click on my page tomorrow and go ahead, you will see that before I even get into any plays, I'm going to recap this exact play. I'm going to tell you guys, did Breece Hall go over? Did Breece Hall go under? And I'm also going to recap the next few plays that we're going to get into. So let's hop into the second one. We're jumping over to the other game and we're taking Bo Nix right here. So Bo Nix, here we go. The line that I've highlighted is Bo Nix on the under on an interception, right? So the line is at 0.5 interceptions, of course. Casual bettor might look at this and go, wow, he's thrown quite a few picks. I'm going to take him on the over, right? We're not going that. We're not thinking with 2 brain cells and just throwing down a bet, right? So here we go. Bo Nix, how have the Bengals defense done? Opposing quarterbacks, have they picked any of them off? No. Carson Wentz, didn't pick him off. Trevor Lawrence didn't pick him off. Joe Flacco didn't pick him off either, right? And if you guys look at all these snaps, right? Carson Wentz, they won by 38 points, right? So important to note, when the quarterback wins by a lot, right? When the team wins by a lot like the Vikings did last week against the Bengals, they didn't need to pass the ball, right? So of course, there's not going to be an interception. That is an important thing to look at because another play that I like is Bo Nix on the under on passing attempts. But why do I like him more on interceptions? Because if he's not going to throw the ball that much, not going to give him any attempts, he's certainly not going to get an interception, right? So what are we looking at here? In the 2 games, right? Notice it's the 2 games that Joe Burrow was actually playing. But in the 2 games where, the Bengals kept it close, they lost by 4 and they lost by 1. In those 2 games, the quarterbacks went over on their passing attempts, 42 and 45. But then in the 1 game, Joe Burrow is now out. Carson Wentz is the starter. Carson Wentz is the starter against them. Jake Browning is obviously the starter for the Bengals. What happened? It wasn't a close one. They lost by 38 points. And Carson Wentz, his line was at 30.5 for passing attempts. He got 20. He got 20 passing attempts. Now the Broncos are, of course, the way better team against the Bengals. I obviously like Bo Nix on the under right here on passing attempts. The line is at 32.5. My eyes, way too high. So that's kind of a double play because, I'm giving you guys 2 plays, but they're basically the same idea. The idea is that Bo Nix isn't going to throw the ball that many times. So if you guys want to take that idea and apply it to him on the under on passing attempts, go ahead and do so. You could also apply it to him on the under on interceptions. If he's not throwing the ball very many times, he's obviously not going to get picked off, right? So let's get in. Before I get to my last play, I want to talk about how you guys can get some free money. So apps right now, NFL is starting. NFL's been going on for like the last month. WNBA playoffs are going on. NBA playoffs are coming up. All of these apps want you guys to get on their app. And I also want you to get on their app because I'm telling you guys, it is free money. So if you're not on Sleeper or if you're not on Chalkboard, go ahead and get on. If you guys download Sleeper right here, put in $10, you will get $50 completely free and a free square. A free square is basically like Jamar Chase to get 0.5 yards, right? It's a free win. You guys can apply that bet to whatever you want. If you do the same thing on Chalkboard, download Chalkboard, sign up with code BAM. Notice I don't even say deposit right here. You don't have to deposit. It is a no deposit required, free $20 when you guys sign up with code BAM. And yeah, I'm not going to yap about this for too much longer. It's in all of these purple and green colored states. You guys can get on Sleeper, get on Chalkboard. Make sure to use code BAM and then they will give you guys those promos. So now back to the video. Let's get into the third play. And we're going back over to game number 1. We're targeting the Dolphins backfield this time instead of the Jets backfield. We're targeting Ollie Gordon right here on the under at 7.5 rushing attempts. So let's get into this one. He's only hit this in 1 game this season, and that was against the Bills. And at the beginning of the season, we were kind of thinking Devon Achane might be a little bit banged up. He might not look all that great. So, of course, Ollie Gordon is going to get more work. Now it's pretty clear Devon Achane is obviously the number 1 back, and Ollie Gordon does get some good use, when it's a 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, or when they're, within the 5-yard line in a, red zone situation, they're going to give the ball to Gordon, but Achane is obviously going to have the majority of the snap counts all the time. So if we look at how this has happened, how have the Jets, done with running back 2s, right? So with running back 2s, how many times do the Jets allow these high numbers of carries? Rashad White, obviously the running back 2 to Bucky Irving. His line was at 6.5. He hit the under. Caleb Johnson, obviously the running back 2 or 3, I guess you could say, to Jaylen Warren. His line was 6.5. He hit way under at 1. Only guy to go over was Kenny Gainwell, who we actually now know is significantly, has significantly more of a role than we thought he did back in week 1. Now Ollie Gordon's line is inexplicably up at 7.5. I like Ollie Gordon, man. I think he's going to do good. I think if they put him down on, in the game on 4th and 1, if they put him in the game, third and goal or whatever on the 3-yard line, he's going to produce. He's going to do what he's there to do. And he might even get a touchdown in this game, but I don't think they're going to give him the ball 8+ times in this one. So yeah, those are my 3 plays. I got one more sportsbook play. I didn't forget about that, by the way. Those are my 3 plays. Breece Hall over receiving yards, Bo Nix under passing attempts or passing interceptions, and then Ollie Gordon under rushing attempts. But for the sportsbook play, I'm locking in on Onyx odds. What I'm actually going to go ahead and do is post it right after I stop recording this video in the free winnable. So I'm posting it on the free winnable. If you guys hit the free plan right here, you guys will right ahead see the first, it'll be like this, free NFL play today. Fortunately, we didn't hit this one. This was yesterday's. It was Ravens money line, but it doesn't matter. We're rolling back and we are going to hit today on Monday Night Football. That's all I got for the video. Good luck with all your plays, and I'll see you guys in the winnable. I'll see you guys on the other side once we cash.